We're about 15 miles from the Atlantic coast in the northeast corner of Florida. Welcome to Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Here's the veteran Greg Zuerlein as we are ready to start. And off we go from Jacksonville. This is going to be taken in at the 3. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw right away. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Mason Smith on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Rodgers. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd down and 9. From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. That is caught at the 3. And he's into the end zone. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. That touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season. Greg Zuerlein now for the point after. It's up and good. And the Jets will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zuerlein is out to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 6. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. First and 10. They put Strange in motion. Play action now. It's Lawrence. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And that will lead to a second down.
And as the game goes on, these are the throws they got to find a way to connect with, those chunk plays. I like the idea of pushing it downfield, but the next time they get an opportunity, they've got to find a way to connect.
Lawrence now on second down. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Kirk is the motion man. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
Gray is the motion man here. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Conklin goes in motion. on play action. Rodgers. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
On third down, Rodgers. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On fourth down, here comes the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 30 left. Hey, kill. Hey, kill.
They'll begin here on the ground. And not really anywhere to go there. He'll take this up early to the 4. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. And it's going to bring up a third down. Now Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively, setting up a 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. Receiver in motion, headed left. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and
to the goal line and in. Touchdown, New York. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback, but per the new rules, since the ball hit in the landing area, the drive does start at the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. A short gain there to about the 22. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Kirk is the motion man. Second down, Lawrence. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
So they made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the 1st quarter, but that was their 3rd attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. I think you got to start looking elsewhere. You don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through him.
On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground, and he'll get this ahead to about the 25-yard line.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he is on to punt for Jacksonville. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
The master of play action, Rodgers. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Second down, Rodgers. That's going to be caught by Gray. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter.
Jaguars nothing.
Son más malos que el veneno.
They'll run with Jacobs. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Now, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Zerline's kick is good. And the Jets stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Up the sideline at the 35. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. They'll stay on the ground. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. 2nd and 7. Lawrence. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
In motion comes Thomas. Here it is on 4th down. And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. And they have turned it over on downs.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Off the play fake, Rodgers. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got it at the 7. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball. It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, New York. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. On the return, this is Jalen Reagor. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. The Jets have got it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery, and the great return for the touchdown. And a deep hole gets even deeper. This has been one-sided right from the start, and this first half nightmare continues.
In a league, Mike, where we see so many close games and there's such parity, every now and then it just seems one team is just clearly dominant, clearly in control of the game, and so far in this first half, that's what's unfolding in front of us. We'll see if they can get back into it in the second half, but up until this point, this team is in complete control.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. This will be returnable for Reagor. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own
Duvernay in motion. A first down throw for Lawrence. He'll find the rookie from LSU, Brian Thomas. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
Nice play here by Thomas, and I think the biggest thing that he does, Mike, is his ability to get vertical, track the ball, and then go up and compete at the highest point. And I can tell you, when quarterbacks can throw that ball anywhere on the field and just feel like their guy is going to come down with it, they don't have to be necessarily as accurate. They don't have to necessarily always be perfect. The wide receiver allows a much larger margin for error, and it's a big reason why he led college football last year in touchdowns.
He'll look deep, left sideline.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then they say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small, and oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. And that is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's fourth down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And he's going to have a Jags first down. As this defense can't come up with the play they need, they surrender a gain of 17 on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw is Lawrence. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll work his way down inside the 40. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Now the Jags will use their third and final timeout. Clock is stopped at 26 seconds until the break.
I hope we all appreciate just how difficult it is to throw the ball that well while on the run. And the way they teach it, Mike, is kind of cool. They actually teach the quarterback to disconnect your upper body from your lower body. Just keep your feet moving, and however your arm times up, just let it rip. And he does it about as well as you can ask.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10. They go play action for Lawrence. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, that That is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
So Lawrence lines up the Jaguars as they will go for two. And that is not going to work out as planned. Maybe a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. He's to midfield. They're going to be set up with a short field. What a tremendous kick return.
When you get a big return like that, the offense takes the field with a lot more energy. They can see the end zone. They know they've got a short field. It brings a boost to the entire sideline when the special teams can have an impact play like we just saw there.
Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Rodgers to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Now his timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
Third and long for Rodgers. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Jets are in front as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. Check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in our studios with the EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing Rodgers, and nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And that is incomplete.
I I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Oh, that could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. In motion comes Thomas. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line. So 2nd down, and they'll run it. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Are you kidding me?
After losses on the last 2 run plays, they face 3rd down and 14. In motion comes Thomas. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. And he's got it. And he will take this one in. 74 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
So Lawrence lines up the Jaguars as they will go for 2. Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful.
I can't believe what I'm watching. I'm a switch team. They go nowhere. What's that? Are you kidding me?
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Gibson now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Rodgers now. In trouble, and down he goes. Trayvon Walker, the former 1st overall pick, in there for the sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.